case I fall off my chair. And I'm wondering how to get down the stairs. The clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Yeah, stuck in the middle with you. And I'm wondering what it is I should do. It's so hard to keep a smile from my face. Losing control here, I'm all over the place. The clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Well, you started out with nothing, and you're proud to be a self-made man. And your friends have come a-crawling and slap you on the back and say, please, please. Stuck in the middle with you. Yeah, stuck in the middle with you. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. How's it going, folks? This is Wayne back with another lesson and an amazing song as always. Today we're looking at Stealers Wheel and Stuck in the Middle with You. Always reminds me of the great film Reservoir Dogs, this one. The bit where, well, I won't go into it. Everybody knows, don't they? So there you go. It's a great song, this one. I'm going to show you how to play it with percussive strumming, which I think works really effective on this song. For sort of beginners as well, I'll show you sort of a regular strumming pattern if you don't want to do that. Now, if you do want the chords, lyrics and the strumming pattern, as always, I'm going to post it up on my Patreon page. So there'll be a link to that in the comments. I'll also put a link in the description. And the way that that works for, for as little as a couple of quid a month, just sign up and it gives you guys access to not just this song, pretty much everything I've done over the past 18 months, I think a little bit longer now. So there's a lot of stuff up there. The stuff to sort of coincide with the technique lessons I've done, the blues and the scale stuff. There's some exclusive videos. There's a lot of videos I post up there, from the archive that I did sort of years ago. So if you want to sign up, like I say, there's a link in the comments, a link in the description. Thanks for your continued support. Thanks everyone who's subscribed and continues to do so. Now, if you are subscribed and you haven't done already, a further way you could help me out is hitting that little notification bell that's somewhere down there. And if you want to, please go over and give me a like on social media. So I'm Wayne Guitar on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and now also TikTok. As I always say, I'm trying to get down with the kids. Anyway, that's enough of me rambling. Without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, so the song is in standard tuning, and I'll talk about the strumming pattern obviously in a short while. We'll get all the chords and the structure down first. So for the verse, you're going to need a D chord. First couple of lines, go on a D. Then we're going to change to a G7. And then we're going to go back to a D, and then it's going to go A, C, G, and then back to a D again. Okay, so I'm going to, just regular strumming, I'm going to sing that through so you can just see how that gels together. So we got, on the D chord. Well, I don't know why it came in tonight. I got a feeling something ain't right. I'm so scared in case I fall off my chair. And I'm wondering how to get down the stairs. And clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Yeah, stuck in the middle with you. And I'm wondering what it is I should do. It's so hard to keep a smile from my face. Losing control, here I'm all over the place. Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Okay, so that's the first two verses. All the verses are pretty much the same, and then the other part you need is this bridge part where it's going to go from a G7 to a D, and then we go back to the G7, and then there's a stop on a D. You'll know which bit I mean, and there's a stop on an A7. Okay, so I'm just going to sing that through so you can see how that gels together. So we got, well, you started out with nothing, and you're proud that you're a self-made man. And your friends, they come a-crawling, slap you on the back and say, please, please. Okay, and then we go back into verse 3, which is exactly the same as the other verse. We've got a little sort of instrumental verse, which is basically, you know, just going around the verse chords again. That's sort of the, you know, the little guitar solo part. We got the bridge again, and then we go back into the verse, the last verse, and then we just finish on the D. So the last time round ago, there's sort of 2 strums on the D right at the end of the song. Okay, so that is pretty much the meat and potatoes of the song. Now, I'll talk about the percussive strumming in a short while. If you just want to, you know, if you're a beginner and you want to just sort of do it basically, I think, you know, a good pattern would be a down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. So if you heard that around the chords, we'd have... Well, I don't know why you came here tonight. I got a feeling that something ain't right. I'm so scared in case I fall off my chair, and I'm wondering how to get down the stairs. Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. And that quick change to that C to the G there. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down. Okay, so like I say, that's a basic pattern that will get you through the song, works really well. But what I think is really effective, and I've done this on a few other lessons, I recently did one, Bruce Springsteen, I'm on Fire, if you want to go and check that out, I'll talk about the same thing. And I have done a standalone lesson on this if you also want to go and check that out. In fact, I'll tag that in the comments below if you want to go and check that out as a standalone lesson, talking about percussive strumming. So basically, in a nutshell, I'll just talk about the basics of this percussive strumming. It's very difficult to do, it takes a bit of practice, but the more you do it, the more consistent it gets, and I think it, you know, it's really effective. So if we take the D chord, we're going to do a down, up, and then the next down is going to be a percussive strum. And the way that we do that, the fleshy part of your palm is going to hit the strings a slight second before we strum down on the strings. So if you just practice that alone, that's what we want to be getting. That's it, you can see that. So we don't want any of the strings ringing out like that. It's got to be, all the strings have got to be completely muted. So you can see my hands sort of slightly tilted as well, so I can get sort of the side of my palm, you know, resting on those strings, and it is sort of a split second. So what we get if we incorporate that into the strumming, we'll get a down, up, 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 down, up. It's quite difficult to do, and if you want to look at that a bit more thoroughly, like I say, I'll post the standalone lesson up in the comments if you want to go and check that out. Great song that, like I say, always reminds me of Reservoir Dogs, classic Tarantino. So hope you all enjoy that, good one to get in your repertoire, and that is pretty much all you're going to need. Okay, so thanks very much for watching, hope you all dug that, and as I always say, if you don't like that, you don't like music. Such a, you know, becomes such an iconic song, that one, so good fun one to play, good fun one to stick in your repertoire. So I'm open to requests. If you got any other requests, you know, anything 50s to modern day that's going to work well on an acoustic or an electric guitar within reason. So the easiest way to put your request in is obviously comment below the video, or if you want to find me a personal message over through those social media platforms I suggested at the start of the video, you're very welcome to. I just always point out that I do get, you know, quite a lot of requests. I do sort of have to handpick them a little bit, you know, some things work, some things don't, but I'm sure you'll all appreciate that. But please do keep requests coming, because that's what keeps this channel going, and it's very much appreciated. Another thing that's very much appreciated, I'll quickly mention it again, if you are subscribed, first of all, thank you very much, and if you haven't done already, a further way you could help me out and yourselves out, you can keep up to date with the videos by hitting that little notification bell that's somewhere down there. The Patreon thing, sorry to keep banging on about it, you want to, you know, all the chords, lyrics and the strumming pattern to not only this song, you know, there's hundreds up there now, pretty much everything I've done over the past, coming up to 2 years now. So there's a link in the comments, also a link in the description, just click on that, sign up for as little as a couple of quid a month. I've also got a new feature which is like a super thanks link that's just under the video there. You can also click on that and make a small donation. Again, very much appreciated. And I always say word of mouth is a powerful thing, so if you dig what I do, please like and share my videos, you know, point all your friends, all the guitar players you know in my direction. I'd really appreciate that. So that just leads me to say, whatever time of day it is you're watching, maybe morning, day, night, thank you very much, and I'll catch you all for lesson soon. Take care.